It's time now to connect you to Africa. Campaign in public by all political parties in the Federal Republic of Nigeria ahead of the general elections is underway, and of course that has started in earnest. According to the electoral laws of the West African country, campaign officially commences 150 days before polling day. Officially, 18 candidates are vying to become President Muhammadu Buhari's successor and the 16th president of the Republic of Nigeria. For now, we're confirming that only one woman is amongst the 18 presidential candidates listed by Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission. Let's get more details now. Joining me via Zoom is Shola, who's the diplomatic editor at AIT. Thank you so much for your time here on The Pulse. The last time we were engaging, it was about security. Now it's about elections in your country. What are you able to tell us about the mood in Nigeria right now as the campaigns kick off?
Okay, thank you, Blessed, for having me on the program. I hope I am within your shot.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, can you see me as well? Sorry, just to get that
well, we're having challenges seeing you right now. So if you could just get that on for us so we're able to, of course, connect to that and also try and get a feel of what's happening in Nigeria. While at that, obviously, I need to say that there's a lot of interest in the Nigerian election back here in Ghana, obviously, because of the potential numbers we're talking about. Over 76,000 in terms of the official figures we're receiving as to the number of Nigerians who are here working and going about a number of activities. So what's the mood like there in your country as the campaigning kicks off?
Okay, thank you, Blessed, for having me on your program, though at short notice. But of course, that's broadcasting. We need to continue to make effort to contribute to discussions of national, regional, and global discourse. The mood in Nigeria is quite interesting. Like you just mentioned, the whistle has been blown for political campaigns to commence. That was last week. And not a few of the political parties and their candidates have already tried to hit the ground running with respect to setting up presidential campaign councils, because all eyes are on the presidency, actually. It's a general elections. It involves 28 state governors, 360 House of Representatives seats, and 109 senatorial seats. And of course, there are also state assemblies, and 963 seats are also being contested for at that level. So it's general elections in Nigeria next February, which will stretch into early March. All eyes are on the presidency, like you said in your introduction. 18 candidates, and for those of us who do the analysis, there are actually 4 who are the front.
I guess you're not being fair you're not being fair to the 14 others when you say 4 in all, right?
Okay, well, recall I mentioned that there are 18 of them, and 4 are front runners. You know, at times, you know, in politics, we allow the numbers to come to the fore, but we also deal with the polls and the strengths of the various candidates. With due respect to the 18 of them, I want to play up the fact that there's one of them who is a lady. She's the presidential candidate of the Allied Progressives Movement, Chidera. Miss Chidera, that's her name. So one lady out of a pack of 18 presidential candidates. So we quickly need to look at these 4, because all eyes are on these 4. The others will have votes, definitely, but all eyes are on these 4. The incumbent is run out 2 terms, Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, so he's not up for any form of election. But his party, the All Progressives Congress, the APC, has a candidate, a strong man in that party, who was a former governor of Lagos 2 terms, who was also a senator in the aborted Third Republic. That's in the 1992 to 93 diarchy that we had, when the military was at helm of affairs with the civilian setups, you know, just slightly beneath that. So Mr. Bola Tinubu he has not been in the country. His presidential campaign spokesperson, who is an incumbent Minister of State for Labor and Employment, is a lawyer, Festus Keyamo, was asked on national TV just yesterday, where is your candidate? He says, well, my candidate is in London. And interestingly, for that same political party, it had a date last week to flag off its presidential council, but it did not. The presidential candidate is not in the country. The vice presidential candidate of the party has been the one doing some form of legwork for the party. That's one of the candidates. The other big one is a former vice president of Nigeria during the early part of this Fourth Republic, Atiku Abubakar. And Atiku Abubakar is running on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. He's 76 years old. Some say, well, as a septuagenarian, that he's quite old. But he says, I have the wherewithal to fix the country, the challenges facing Nigeria. There's also Peter Obi, and his supporters call him and his campaign the Obedient Movement. He was incidentally the running mate to Atiku Abubakar in PDP in the 2019 election. But on the verge of the primaries of the PDP sometime in May, he pulled out of the party and joined the Labour Party. Not a few pollsters say he is a leading candidate to beat. But of course, you know, he's from the Igbo ethnic stock, an ethnic group who says, look, it's our turn to produce the president of this country. And there's also Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, who was also in the APC, who later moved to the PDP. He's now running on the platform of the new Nigerian People's Party, and he aims to step in. He was a former Minister of Defense, was also a two-term governor of Kano, and also a senator. Pleasure.
Interesting profiles there, and it's getting all exciting. But Shola, we'll definitely find some extensive time to talk about the Nigerian election as it's heating up. But some updates there, and we're grateful that you've been able to make some time for us.